What's up, bros? Gonna walk around a little bit and talk to you guys real quick about what the hell I put myself through back in the day. I met a girl, she was from Turkey, and she had a little girl that was like 2 years old at the time. Now, guys, remember something? I was young as fuck. I didn't know any better, and this story will explain it all. The end result is almost identical to every other result that men get that simp to a hot single mom. Hey, before I get into that, I want you guys to look over my shoulder right here. That is a Ford Galaxy. I think it's a 70 or 68 Ford Galaxy 500. Sitting there, been sitting there for months. There's a bunch of old classic cars here, so I love classic cars if you didn't know. So I met a girl from Turkey. She had a 2-year-old kid. She was married to an American GI, and his name was Gerald. Gerald and I became friends last year when I called him up and I told him the bad news that he was being used for child support via paternity fraud. She admitted it to me. She even told me who the guy was that she was fucking around on with her husband. This is my ex-girlfriend, by the way. And she turned around and pulled the same stunt on me. So she got paternity fraud money out of 2 men, both for 18 years. She got about $250,000 from me, and probably the same from the other guy. So my dumbass, remember, so you can't discipline another person's kid. So what's the point? A 2-year-old is a pain in the ass, and this kid was a monster. Broke a lot of my shit, like in my house, and just trashed everything about what I had. Regardless, it was my kid. It wasn't even his kid. It was some other best friend of his kids. His name was Mike. So anyway, that was the situation where the pimp, the alpha, the Chad, the Tyrone gets to pump, be a side dude for a married chick, and then us guys, the stable guys, the good guys, the ones that are trying to keep the relationship stable, are the ones paying for it. Now, some of you guys are into that. Some of you guys like having stepkids and all that shit. Let me tell you from firsthand experience, it's better to have your own kids, your own wife, your own house, and you're in charge of it. So you're not taking some other man's leftovers that some other man, he ain't so sure about. He didn't want to deal with that. That's why I took off. Probably she drove him crazy and he left, just like she's going to drive you crazy until you leave, because that's how they operate. They operate on guilt, insults, shame, and the need to be right. They're shaming from people who don't even have the authority to be shaming somebody else. Come on, think about it. This is a person, if it's a single mother, means that they opened their legs for another person. Probably weren't married and had a kid with a guy they didn't give a shit about, which didn't make any sense to me at all till now. Now that I know that more than half, more babies were aborted than were born in one specific year, leads me to believe that those babies are being harvested. Aborted babies. I think it's called adrenochrome. Something that, it's an anti-aging drug that only comes from cadavers. Oh, dude, I'm sorry about that. I don't know why. Maybe they did that. Maybe they made it, they restricted it. Who the hell knows? I wasn't talking about anything specific. I wasn't being insulting to people. I am breaking. You know what? I got 3 guideline strikes, community guideline strikes last week alone. And anybody else that's in this manosphere space who, like myself, are just trying to get the message out that 1 + 1 = 2. And we don't have to have exceptions. I mean, think about it. If you're a parent and you're really opposed to what the school systems are doing to the kids, indoctrinating them, sexualizing them, I agree with you. Fuck that. But we don't talk about anything over here that's going to directly, you know, insult anything. But then again, the truth is now illegal, and perception is reality. So, hell, it won't be the first time I've been banned. You guys remember when I was banned from YouTube the last time and they took down my channel? Well, I come to find out today that they banned Mr. Goodbread exactly at the same time for 1,000 days like they did me. But I didn't realize they banned me. They just deleted my whole channel. They went after they deleted my Gmail address, which is unfucking heard of. In addition to that, I don't know if you guys know this, but there is a program called Kali Linux. It's like a protection program for pin testing, and that's for like private networks and stuff like that, for testing to see if there's a way for like criminals and stuff like that to hack your website. So the pen tester is showing me a conversation going on inside of my computer. Now, I've mentioned this to a number of people and they're like, oh, you're crazy. I am not crazy. I saw full conversations of people inside of my own computer using like only lingo that other hackers would understand, other code writers. And I'm not a hacker, I'm not into that stuff. But here it is, the guy who's working for the charity, he's like, hey man, look at this. And I'm like, whoa, it's the printout of all the conversations. They were apparently looking for somebody who used to have the computer that I had. And I don't know what the fuck they were doing. But it really, it took down all of my stuff. And you know what I'm gonna start doing just for you guys? Because I'm gonna start doing live streams in the morning because I can't seem to get the majority of people at the same time, because I also participate in other live streams and I don't want to step on anybody's toes. So that's the point. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, especially when all of us are getting banned one after another, after another, after another. So back to what we were talking about. If you're a Chad stud, no, I'm that guy. Okay, a lot of women that are with a stable man will seek out a guy like myself to fuck around their husband with. And I didn't realize that, man. I mean, think about it. I was just a champion bodybuilder. I was running around the country. I didn't realize that all these fitness girls, these bikini girls and all this stuff, they're all married. You know what I mean? And they're dishonest because, I mean, think about it. The only thing that they have to bring to the table is their looks. So in reality, if somebody who is deficient in all the other areas that are necessary for a good conversation, a good relationship, the ethics involved and things like that, why in the hell would you want to pair yourself up with somebody the only thing they have to bring to the table is fucking looks? Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing on a temporary basis, but think about this. I'm not buying any 304 anything, okay? Because think about this. If anything, you rent the 304s, whatever you get for them is going to be rented as well. And they rented it out to the 40 other guys behind them, and they're going to fucking rent that shit out to the 40 guys in front of them as well. So why the fuck would you want to take a woman like that seriously in a relationship that you would want to consider somebody to have babies with? Fuck that. Because the minute that a person has 5 partners or more, it increases their chances of divorce by 80%. Now, if a person is a virgin or has low sexual body count, then they're probably going to be faithful. Statistically says that they were probably going to be faithful. But guys, listen. You guys saw the Ford Galaxy 500 that was parked over here? Did you see that? If you didn't see that, I'm going to walk by that again. But I'm more interested in tractor trailer, just the cabin right now. I'm thinking I want to make a miniature mobile home type of thing that I can dolly up and I could bring my dogs. So I found this one. I don't know what it is. It looks like an old Mack truck to me. It has a flat front. I always love those, you know, with a tilt head. But let's take a walk because it's down here. I think it's over here. Why all those dogs got to bark at me? They don't even realize I'm their friend. Hold on a minute. Let's see where we are. Nah? Huh, son of a bitch. Let's go that way. Okay, let's look over my shoulder. See that right there? That's a Ford Galaxy 500. I walked by that bitch when I was on my way to the store. By the way, all the banking problems that we had, not solved, not completely. Got 2 accounts open this week, but they're still ridiculous red tape. Okay, where is that thing at? Is it here? And all this is the cab of a tractor trailer that I really like. I have no idea if it's for sale or not. It's just been sitting there for months. But it's a, you know, oldie. And I know you guys always warn me against buying these old trucks. I don't care. You understand? I don't care. I'm going to say it over again. I don't care. Do you guys know what an LS swap is? Damn it. That thing's not here. Huh. Well, I guess they moved it. Well, if I find it again, I'm going to show it to you. Besides, hey, listen, if I can work a deal out with MedTech and have a U.S. side tractor or fire truck, wildland, I need 8 guys. I need 8 guys to go with me. Because we're going to take turns driving, because it's a long fucking drive to El Paso, Texas. Reason why El Paso, Texas is because the good news for you fucking criminal, degenerate asshole motherfuckers decide to turn your life around, but you got this criminal record. When you come down to the fire school, become a fireman, you then return back to the United States in uniform, certified, IFSTA certified, version 7. That's everything, urban, wildland, industrial, across the board. So you can go back to the States as a certified firefighter. Because if you try to walk your ass to any fire station in America with 3 fucking DUIs, they're not going to give you a job. Guess who will? The people we talk to and say, hey, we're vouching for this motherfucker. He went through the fire school. He went through the academy. Here's your social proof. He worked in 5 countries with us internationally. So why the fuck not accept a guy who's fully overqualified? By the way, guys, I overqualify everybody. What does that mean? I start training kids at 7 years old. 7. 1, 2, 3, 7 years old. So that they do the exact same job as an adult firefighter. And you might say to yourself, how is it possible? What the who do you think you're talking to? Now, these kids aren't doing, 100 meter, or excuse me, 30 meter skyscraper rescues or anything. But they know how to go up and down a ladder. Extend that ladder truck all the way up. They'll go to the top and they're gonna say, Bomberos! And then come down. Are they scared? Fuck yeah, they're scared. But I'm right there with them. All the way up, all the way down. So training the kids to be in shape so that they'll grow up to be well-rounded emergency first responders. But at the same time, I'm also taking all the island of broken toys from the military, turning them into firefighters. Not a bad deal. What's it cost? If you were to come down here and rent a house here, it would cost you about $150 a month. All you got to do is go to school. If you're a veteran, that's not going to set you back. In fact, the salary of the average veteran at 70% is 20 times the average salary of a person living here in Mexico. Now, Mexico City is expensive there. So I'll show you this. full of water the other day. We dug puppies out of here. Look at that shit. I got one of the puppies in my house. You want to see it? So, benefits everybody across the board. When you've got people that have fucked up in the past for nonviolent crimes, but they're not allowed to work because of their fuck-ups. This guy got caught selling weed when he was in high school or college. Can't get a job on the federal level because of his fuck-ups. So, anyway, I think everybody should have a chance to redeem themselves, and not by hook or by crook, but by legitimate training with some of the best trainers that we got. My battery's about to shut down. Damn it. Well, I've talked enough. We'll talk later. I think we should discuss this if you guys want interested in coming and being a firefighter after you get out of the military. I'm the professor, and I'm out.